I ain't the kind to wear a tie, but not from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says that work can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Unprofessional. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Rob.
Hey guys, my name is Bosoms of Fat Fanny. I've been robbed.
You know what? From now on, I'm just gonna start calling you Edquist again.
No.
Yep, you've done it.
Listen, we're unprofessional. What do you want from me?
And we
It's in the
got
name.
Donnie as well.
What?
Well, okay, this whole episode's just gone to shit.
Hi, I'm Donnie, and I'm...
No, you can't make up for it now. It's already shit.
confused.
It's already shit. The listeners already tuned out. They're just like, God, these people can't even do an intro right.
Hey guys out there, this is Donnie coming at you live. Not live, we're recording this.
We're
This
recording
episode's
this.
ruined.
Yep, it is. See, I'm glad somebody agrees with me. All right, so it's been a while, everybody. We're doing technically the last time we did this, it was a top five list, where we have 5 categories, and we go around and we each make our top 5 favorites of those categories. To keep things even, this time we're doing a top 5, top 6, because we each picked 2 categories. Also, don't judge us on this. Like Donnie had mentioned when we were making these lists, like if we had more time, like I put like just a crunch time pretty much on everybody. I said, okay, take 5 minutes, come up with your top 5 favorites for these categories, and then we'll do the episode. But I mean, if we had more time to sit and think, I know a lot of mine would probably change. So yeah, don't judge us. This is speed run top 5, top 6. Boom. There we go. Speed
That's
edition. So we're gonna jump right into it. Starting with the first category, which Rob, you picked, I believe, is favorite foods / restaurants. So you can either say a favorite restaurant, if you happen to have a favorite dish from that restaurant, mention that, or if you just want to say a favorite food that you have. So since this was your category choice, let's start with you. And these are in no particular order. So yeah. Now
Hi everybody, it's Rob.
Killed it. We're ready to start the episode.
So do you want me to do all 5 of mine, or are we doing like 1-1-1?
So do you have a science corner for this week, Rob? I guess. You guys can follow me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word.
All one word.
We'll take turns. You do one, then we'll rotate, and then we'll go through and talk, and each do one until we've done our 5.
Okay, so my top one I have on here is pot roast. But like you said, it's not in any particular order. It's just top 5 foods.
Yeah. Now, do you have a particular restaurant, or is that just a favorite food of yours?
That's just a favorite food of mine. I like it when I make it the best. Most of these are actually things that I make. So,
Makes sense. You make what you like.
yeah.
All right. Donnie, what about you? We'll go with you next.
I like hibachi. It's hard to nail down a single spot for that because most of the time it's pretty good to me.
Now, question. That's where they flip the food and cook the food in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a bad experience. I was telling Rob this. Actually, it wasn't too long ago. It felt like it was just the other day. But
yeah, we were in the cart. It must have been going to the craft store.
Yeah, and so the guy at the hibachi place took his little squirt bottle of was it sake? Right? Is that the alcohol stuff there or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, the warm vodka tasting type
Yeah.
of deal.
So he took his little squirt bottle of sake, right? He started squirting it at me. He got some of it in my mouth. Then he got some of it in my eye. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And then he started flipping, like, hot food at me. And I was trying to catch it with my mouth. And then the one that I finally did catch, like, he nailed me right in the forehead with one of them. And then, like, the one that I did catch was, like, scalding hot. I immediately spit it back out. I don't know. Like, I get the appeal. I guess I've had a bad experience. So, now, did they all? Is that like a type of food? Like, is that mainly like Asian food or like what kind?
Yeah, it's like Japanese
Okay.
grilled food, kind of like not you know what I mean.
Right.
If I had to pick a dish, I almost always go for the filet and fried rice
Okay.
and ginger sauce on the salad.
All right. Well, moving on to me. I don't have a particular place in mind for this, but one of mine is I love a well-made chicken Caesar salad wrap. I think they are to die for. So, just something about them, like where, like it is warm, but it's not like the salad's still crunchy, like because it's fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine.
Sounds good. I'm getting hungry again.
Yeah. Okay, back to Rob. Rob, what's another one from you?
All right. Shepherd's pie, which I'm actually going to be making once this episode is over.
Yeah, whatever.
What?
What happened?
Rob, what's in a shepherd's
You
pie?
know what? I'm not going to make it then. Fine.
Fuck you.
Screw it.
Rob, what's in a
What?
shepherd's pie?
Well, in the one I make, it's beef and bacon and corn and mashed potatoes.
Okay. You put it on ice?
What?
On
No.
ice?
Yeah, and mail it to me?
Oh. I
No?
would, but it'll still probably be very gross by the time it got there.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought we were friends, but yeah, okay, I got you.
All right, Donnie, what's your next one?
Steakhouses. Like, just if I had to pick a single one, probably Outback.
Okay.
Like, I love
With
their
the
house
bloomin'
salads
onion?
most of the time.
That was a atrocious Australian accent.
I didn't even. Yeah, good job, bro.
If you want to hear atrocious Australian accents, you should watch our old Fate episodes of what the hell was it called? I can't even think of it now.
Heroes.
No, not Fate of Heroes. It was the one where we were the spies. Remember, I played it Australian.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Something detective agency or some shit. No, that was yeah, I don't remember. All right, so you like just a steakhouse? I mean, I think
Yeah,
you're-
I usually like their house salads. Like, most of them have really good, like, homemade, in-house made ranch or something like that. And obviously steak, that's the second one I've said that has a steak included, and it won't be the last.
Right.
Spoiler alert. And speaking of the bloomin' onion, they have a blooming shrimp now, and it is insanely good.
Ooh, that's going to tie into my next one, Donnie.
What's that? Seafood.
Seafood. I love seafood. I love shrimp. My favorite seafood, and if you can get a good place, like when you came up to visit, we all went out to have seafood out at the beach.
That was great.
Fresh cooked scallops. That it's. You saw me when I was eating them. I was just smiling the whole time.
The whole time.
It's just really good seafood makes an impact on you, and yeah, it just brings you to that happy place.
There's something to be said about seeing the ocean while you're eating seafood as well.
Yeah. All right, Rob, next one.
My next one is your absolute favorite too, Webby. Hamburger Helper.
Nah, fucking you. You're off this show. You're fired.
Yeah.
I should
I love
have
Hamburger
made you
Helper.
exclude that from your list.
Why? If you're making me exclude it, although listeners, it is one of my favorite dishes,
No.
I will instead add
No, you stick with hamburger helper.
endless.
You don't get two.
endless.
You don't get two. Hamburger
Okay.
helper. You stick with it.
Yeah,
You
I'm
made
fine
your
with
bed.
that.
You lie in it.
You're the one that wanted me to change it. I'm fine with it.
I grew up on the helpers. Tuna helper and hamburger helper were
See,
the ones
I
we had the
don't mind
most.
tuna helper. Like I grew up. See, my issue with hamburger helper is we had it so often as a kid that it ruined the appeal to me. You know what I mean?
I understand that. It's just been so long since I've actually had it that
I mean, I had it in a bunch as a kid too, but I still like it. I love it.
I told Rob that, when he first moved in, I was like, you know what? You cook hamburger helper, I'll have some, just to appease you. And he did. He made hamburger helper. I had some, got food poisoning from it. It was great. I loved it. I spent the next 2 days sick.
Yeah, I don't think I was perfectly fine, so I don't think it was food
Yeah, but you have a
poisoning.
garbage stomach. Okay?
Oh boy.
Tell all the listeners out there how your dog even turns her nose away from hamburger helper now because she understands what good food is.
But
Yeah,
so
he's avoiding this topic, listeners, because it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
That's
she
why
won't
he's
eat
not
most
saying
things that I
nothing.
give her anymore.
Yeah, that's
It's just like nah.
Yeah. You are the
You
garbage.
spoiled her with hot dogs.
You are the raccoon of all of our friends.
Oh,
You're
boy.
just you could eat out of a garbage can and be content.
No,
wow.
I'm actually really picky about food. There's only certain
That is
the only
true.
seafood I'll eat is fried clam strips. I don't eat anything else seafood.
You sounded really bougie when you said that, like what Devin would
That's
do.
because I had
Fried clams.
because I was burping at the time. I'm glad it sounded bougie.
Fried clams.
Clam.
God, I'm never. Oh man, I'm bringing that up all the time now. Fried clams. All right, so yours was
But that's-
hamburger helper.
Yeah, but the opposite though, the thought of tuna helper, warm tuna covered in cheese sauce, makes me gag.
I don't mind it.
Well, yeah, I know.
It's definitely
Say it.
different. Definitely different. I'll give you that.
I'll tell you what, Rob. When you moved in, you made hamburger helper for us. So now that you've been here, you gotta at least try tuna helper.
Sure, if you're gonna make it.
Sure.
Oh, God damn it!
He thought he was gonna.
Yeah. All right. I'll make it the way that it was always made for me, as shit on a shingle on toast. So
That sounds really good. Actually, toast sounds really good. Be right back. No, I'm just kidding.
all right. So Donnie, what's your next one?
Clearly toast.
I'm gonna skip the next one I have written down because I know for a fact you're gonna say it later.
I skipped my number one already. So
That's the one I'm thinking. This one's a very broad thing. Anything grilled on the grill. I like whether that be hamburgers, hot dogs, steak, any of that. I love it. It's awesome. Vegetables.
all right. That's fair. You're a very grill oriented person. I see.
It's starting to look that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until just now when you pointed it out.
I will say one of my favorite foods, and if a restaurant seems to have them, I will always try them. Fried mushrooms. I love me some fried mushrooms.
Yes, that's something else I love from hibachi and on the grill.
All right, I know my last two. I have very specific examples of places. So, but we're gonna go on to Rob now. You should have two left now, right, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, we're going on to Rob.
Baked ziti.
Yep.
And garlic bread.
All right. Again, that's another common dish that Rob makes. I will say his baked ziti is good. Not saying that everything he cooks is bad, because that's not the case. Just I had told him, when he first moved in, I'm not a pasta person. I am the pickiest I am about food is when it comes to pasta. There are certain pastas I like. There are certain pastas I do not. And there are certain ways that I can eat pasta. So he had me try his baked ziti. I mean, it's melted cheese with some noodles is what his baked ziti is, really.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, it's good. Donnie, what's your next one?
I have an honorable mention too. I don't know if you guys wanted to do those, but baked potatoes, like with all the fixings, like cheese. Sometimes we put like broccoli and cheese on baked potatoes, and we make a meal out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like cheese, bacon, green onions, lots of butter.
Do you put sour cream on baked potatoes?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yep. Do you cook them on the grill sometimes?
I
Foil.
I haven't done that in a very, very long time. My dad has like the perfect, quote unquote, the perfect temperature. He cooks his baked potatoes where they come out just like the grit, like they're pretty perfect. Great texture, great consistency.
All right. My next one is a specific example. It is called a ham delight. It is a ham bagel sandwich that is. We get them from a local bagel place called Big Easy Bagel in Manchester. It's essentially like I get mine with it's an onion bagel with some cream cheese, ham, cheese, onions, sprouts. Normally it comes with a tomato. I don't get tomatoes because I don't like tomatoes. And it's essentially it's not a bagel sandwich. It is they split it in half and they build it on both sides and then they wrap them individually so it's two open face sandwiches. Heavenly. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I will vouch; those are pretty good. Just be careful where you stand.
Yeah.
I know you're listening, old man.
Number 2 super fan, the old man from Big Easy Bagel. If only he knew who you were, Donnie.
He didn't know I was famous.
That's right. All right, Rob, what's your last one?
Pizza.
It is, yep. I feel like that's going to be a lot of ours.
Yes, unanimous.
Particularly very cheesy meatball pizzas.
Yeah, the gooey. He calls it gooey pizza. It's from a local pizzeria here in town called Johnny's Pizza. Shout out Johnny's Pizza. They are not a sponsor.
It's not just the cheese though, like because I like how much cheese they put on it. 'Cause it's super gooey, but also the fact that they use real meatballs and not just pile hamburger on them. It's actual slices of actual meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie, what's your next one?
Pizza. But since we're all going to have pizza, I will say hometown pizza, and it is a bacon cheeseburger pizza, add jalapenos.
All right. My last one is also pizza. Go figure. Mine's from a local gas station, though, which everybody always kind of, like, when I say that, they kind of snicker.
But then they try it.
But, I mean, I've had all of you guys have tried it. You know, when Devin came, he tried it. And to me, it's something about the sauce. It's something in the sauce or whatever makes that pizza phenomenal and really pushes it over the edge for me. But my go-to is usually pepperoni and mushrooms. Sometimes, if I'm feeling adventurous, I'll add some feta cheese on there. But yeah, now I am very hungry.
I wasn't. Now I am.
All right. We're going to move on to Donnie's next pick.
Can I do my honorable mention while
Sure,
we're on here?
Sure.
Devin's Gumbo.
Oh, that was good.
Mm.
Yeah, dude, I love me some gumbo.
I had never had gumbo that I enjoyed until he made gumbo. I didn't have the heart to tell him that I thought I hated it. He's finding out now. I thought I hated it until I had his, and then I had like 3 bowls.
Yep. Dude, I don't... Gumbo, man.
I don't like sausage, but I still like that gumbo.
Now, I really want Devin to, like, make me, like, a 5-gallon bucket of it and mail it to me or something.
Yeah, it was that good.
I'll make room in my fridge. And, like, you gotta have the cornbread and gumbo. Oh, man, that's just...
Yeah,
God,
it was
now I'm really
so
fucking hungry.
good.
All right, let's just blow through the rest of these so we can eat. Donnie,
Sure.
your category that you chose was TV shows. So since you chose this category, we'll start off with you.
All right. I'm going to start with something that I feel like we probably... Well, I'll save that again. I'll save that for last. So my first one I wrote down, the first one that came to mind was Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I read the books, still waiting, and probably won't get the last couple. But the show was really good. I'll save my gripes for the last couple of seasons
Yep.
for another episode.
Yep. But I mean, overall, I mean, how many seasons did they have of that show?
6 or 7.
Yeah, so I mean, you're still getting at least 4 good quality, decent seasons.
Every season where the writers didn't have to write was great.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
And I mean great.
Rob,
Mm-hmm.
TV show.
Oh well,
actually-
I'm assuming.
What?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we should go in the same order.
Okay.
So I'll just do one of mine. I'll save that one for last two, but I'm gonna say CW's Arrow. Fucking loved Arrow.
Yeah, that's really good.
In fact, I will say 3 of mine are CW shows. All right, now Rob.
Okay. Well, I'm saving the one on my top because I'm assuming it's the same one as the two of you.
Probably.
But then I will. So the next one I have down is Star Trek. Like all of them. Like I like all the Star Trek shows.
Fair enough.
But you haven't seen all the Star Treks, you said.
Well, I haven't seen any of the new ones, but like the 5 or 6. What? How many have I seen?
All
The
right.
5 that I have seen, I like all 5 of them.
Didn't you say there was a cartoon one?
Yeah, Below Decks.
I thought I gave you a comic book too. There was a comic book that I was going to give you, where it was like Star Trek and an X-Men crossover comic book.
Yep, I actually have that.
All right, back to Donnie.
All right. Breaking Bad, which I know neither of you have seen. Or
I've seen
much
it.
of.
Yeah. All right.
Just a fantastic show, in my opinion. One of my favorite I've ever seen, and this for sure would be on my top 5 list given a year to think about it.
Okay. I will go with me personally. I know Rob had differing opinions on it. For me, Sons of Anarchy. I thought it was a fantastic
Just the last
show.
season. I liked all of it
Yep.
up till the last season.
That would probably be on my list. I didn't write it down, though.
All right, Rob. What's yours? What's next on yours?
My next one is Friends. I watched Friends over and over and over. I used to
Yeah,
just put it
you
on in the
have.
background when I did other stuff.
Man, I went through, and periodically, like when I get bored, even like before Rob moved in, we'd be on a Discord call, and I'd start either saying quotes, and he would tell me who said it, or I would just start randomly quizzing him with French trivia, and it was extremely hard to stump him on anything. I will say that.
But it's not. It's not anywhere anymore, as far as I can see. Like nobody has it to stream or watch anymore.
Oh, I
so.
bet you I could find it. I bet you I could find it. All right, Donnie, next one.
All right. Naruto Shippuden. It is my one and only anime I put on this list.
All right. I also didn't put any animes, although I do like some of the animes that I've watched. They just fall short of some of these other shows, in my opinion. But specifically Shippuden for you?
Yes, very, very specifically Shippuden. Naruto was fine, and I feel like it is necessary to set up Shippuden, but Shippuden is when it got really fun for me.
Okay.
A lot of episodes and a lot of filler.
Yeah. My next one is another CW show, The Flash. He's probably one of my favorite comic book characters, especially in DC. And I fell in love with the cast, and I thought they did a phenomenal job. I have not been keeping up with the seasons as of late. I think I'm like 2 seasons behind. And yeah, I get people's gripes, it's there's repetitiveness with their villains. You had like 3 seasons where the main villains were also speedsters, but I mean, when you have people like the Flash, you have to have people who can keep up with the Flash to pose a threat,
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
all right, Rob.
My next one is Merlin.
Oh
Ooh,
shoot!
fuck,
I
honorable mention
forgot
for
about
me.
that one. Yeah, yeah, that's
Um,
definitely one of mine.
Another one though that I did not like the ending. But I know the reason that it ended the way it did was because they had planned to go for more seasons and then were not renewed. So, uh, but but yeah, I mean, I liked the friendship between Merlin and Arthur that develops over the whole thing and all that. It's a very good show to me.
It was. I was in love with Morgana for a long time. It's her eyes. I don't know. Okay, I'm getting into a daze now. Donnie.
All right. The Walking Dead.
All right, I really enjoyed The Walking Dead. That would probably hit my honorable mentions, but again, I fell off the last couple seasons.
Me too. Me too. The
Uh,
first couple seasons to me.
Yeah, like the first handful of seasons I think were phenomenal.
yeah.
uh, my next one is something that me and Rob watched more recently, and it's been a long time since I've been that emotionally invested in a show.
Oh, I know what it is.
Bones.
Yeah.
I
Dancing
fucking loved
phalanges.
Bones. Uh, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did. But yeah, once I started watching it took me like a couple episodes. It was just like, okay, this is just a routine fucking like cop FBI drama series or whatever. But then once you started seeing the rest of the cast and the cast interacting, man, I fell in love with so many of the characters, and it's such a good show. All right, Rob, you're up.
Um, my next one is a new favorite that I just saw, but it's quickly made my top 5 list and have pushed other things off. It's Heartstopper.
How many times have you watched that in the last couple of weeks, Rob?
Maybe I think I'm on my 6th rewatch.
Jesus,
You
fucking
started a sixth
Christ.
one. Okay. He really likes
Jesus.
this show, guys.
I do.
That's cool though.
I might do a an episode on it, just myself, unless you guys are welcome, but you haven't seen the show or anything. But
Yeah,
I might do
you-
like a.
You can't keep me from being on my own goddamn show.
I
hang
know,
out.
but
Sick.
I'm just saying
I'll
because
come hang out.
I'm gonna do like a special Pride Month episode that you can either stick in or if we have a week where we don't do it. But yeah, but I was gonna talk about that. But you guys are welcome to, of course.
I'll come hang out.
Yeah. I'll Wikipedia
Solidarity.
it. And I'll act like I think I know what I'm talking about. You can laugh at me about how little it is that I'm actually saying is correct. All right, let's go through our last ones, which I'm probably sure are fairly similar, although I do have another honorable mention afterwards. But Donnie.
Thinking this is gonna be the same for all three of us. Supernatural.
It sure is.
Oh no, yeah, it's Supernatural.
Wow, you didn't have Supernatural on your list at all?
No, I did. I started to say, oh no, but then I said, yeah, it's
Oh.
Supernatural.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait, what?
Wow. Yeah, that really confused me. So I guess our last ones are all Supernatural.
Yeah, I mean, it was technically at the top of my list, but yes.
Yeah, it was the first one on my list too, but I skipped over it. 15 seasons. I've rewatched. So I can't say that I've rewatched the entire series as many times because a lot of my rewatches were as they were coming out on Netflix. You know, once a season ended, because it was a CW show, and this is how they worked with Netflix. When a season ended, it usually took like 2 or 3 days, and then that whole season was put on Netflix as a new season. And I would rewatch from episode 1 up to like say season 5. And then season 6 would come out and I'd rewatch from episode 1 through season 6 or whatever. And so I've rewatched a lot of the episodes upwards of probably 8 or 9 times. And then finally the series finale ended and I have not completely watched all the way through again yet. So I think Supernatural to me is like what Friends was to Rob. A lot of the times, if I know I'm going to be doing something, I'll put Supernatural up on my other monitor and I'll just have it playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that gave me a whole new appreciation for those classic rock songs.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I do have an honorable mention in addition to some of the ones we've already said. I loved Lucifer.
Yes, that was. I strongly considered that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
And I also strongly consider that for another category we're gonna have.
Yep. All right. So the next category was one that I picked. It was band or musical artist. I will kick mine off by saying, for me, Dropkick Murphys. I fucking love Dropkick Murphys. They're like an Irish rock punk band. Several years in a row. Every year they do a concert in Boston, on or around St. Paddy's Day, and I want to say for like 4 years in a row, I went to their concert on the day before St. Paddy's Day or around that time, and yeah, man, it's one of those bands that just it gets your blood pumping. So that's mine. Let's go to Rob.
Okay. Well, my number one is Imagine Dragons. Number one, their name is Imagine Dragons. But I love quite a few of their songs, like Radioactive and stuff like that.
Yeah, that one really hits.
All right, Donnie.
For me, it is Juice WRLD. Rest in peace. That is my number one artist right now, currently. A lot of these for me, I'm a very wishy-washy. Like today, these 5 will be my favorite, and tomorrow it'll probably be a whole new 5, just depending on what mood I'm in.
Yeah, a couple of mine on my list are like that. My next one is bringing back to Supernatural, AC/DC. I love AC/DC. I don't think I'm ever not in the mood to if you just start playing an AC/DC song, it's not like I'd have you turn it off. So
Right.
All right, Rob.
My next one is Christina Perri. I don't know. I like quite a few of her songs, like Arms and Human.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Donnie.
For me, Eminem, and that one is pretty much always on my list.
All right. My next one, I'm gonna go Linkin Park.
Okay.
It's one.
I
It's
like
again.
Linkin
It's
Park, too.
it's one
They're
of
not
those
on my
bands.
list,
Like again, if you throw on a Linkin Park song, I don't think I would ask anybody to turn it off. So. All right, Rob. Next.
Panic at the Disco.
Okay. Any particular song?
I like their cover of Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. But there's a couple of other songs that I like of theirs, but that's my favorite one for them.
All right. Donnie?
This is my last one in the hip hop genre, Montana of 300.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you guys have probably never heard of that one.
For anyone who did listen to the Fate of Heroes podcast that we did, or knew anything about my character Lincoln from
SNG.
that, it is on my list. It's an important group to me because my dad loved them so much, and so it just kind of holds a special spot to me, and that's Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay.
All right, Rob.
My next one is Florence and the Machine. I don't know if you've heard their songs, but like "Shake It Out" is one of theirs, and "Dog Days." I like those two really a lot.
All right. Donnie?
My next one for me is Corn.
Oh, dude, I love Corn.
I'm a pretty big Corn fan.
Honorable
Mostly,
mention.
yeah. I like most of their songs that they did for their Queen of the Dam soundtrack. I don't know why, but that soundtrack just, for me, it was hitting pretty hard.
Yep. Oh, man, that brings back memories. Have you
Hell
ever
yeah.
seen them in concert?
No, but I've seen the next one, I'm going to say.
Okay. Yeah, dude. They put on a good show.
I've only been to one concert ever. Sadness.
Man, actually, come to think of it, none of the concerts that I've been to are on my list. They're all honorable mentions to me, I guess. My number one, it's not my number one like all time, but like just number one on my list. Lindsay Sterling. She's a violinist. She does like hip hop violin stuff, and
She on YouTube?
yes.
Yeah, I've listened to a bunch of that.
She did BlizzCon one year. She was the musical artist at the end of BlizzCon.
I should have those guys that stood around at the DJ table.
No, fuck
on
those
my
guys
list.
so hard. Fuck those guys so hard. We changed over to we were watching BlizzCon online one year, and we changed back over to that stage, and all you heard is womp, 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 womp. It's like, what the fuck are people even listening to? There's just lasers shooting around everywhere. It was
Yeah, and
terrible.
the guys were just like standing at the table, like looking like they were pretending to push buttons.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. Lindsay Sterling, phenomenal artist. I love all of her songs, and she's the type of person where it's like, have you ever like, based off your mood, you want to listen to something? So like, if like for me, like if I'm angry, I want to listen to really upbeat, like fast music. If I'm sad, I kind of want to listen to something a bit slower or more somber. Or if I just want to relax, kind of the same thing. Have you guys ever do that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lindsay Sterling has a song for every one of those emotions, at least for me. Great artist. Rob?
So my last one is
I didn't hear that.
What was
I said no.
I don't,
Yeah.
what?
I'm mumbling it because it's Taylor Swift.
That's okay.
So,
Yeah,
who's going to
Well,
judge you
that's
for liking T Swift?
I don't know, but I was because
Kanye.
when we were
Kanye.
when we picked this category, I was looking at my Spotify to see what I had a lot of, and I was like, oh. So I'm looking through, and like a lot of the songs I had on there were Taylor Swift and Katy Perry. I'm just like, okay, well.
It's kind of what I did for my list, too. I was like, what have I been listening to lately?
But I mean, I have a wide variety of music that I like. Like I have so many things that could be honorable mentions, like Owl City, Pentatonics, like a
Speaking of Pentatonics, did a
Smashing
cover of
Pumpkins.
did a cover of Radioactive.
Yep, and with
Lindsay
her with the
Sterling.
violin. Yep. So I was all three together.
Yep.
Imagine Dragons done by Pentatonics and your violin lady.
Violin lady. She has a name. All right, Donnie, what's your last one?
Slipknot.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I have not seen them in concert per se, but I've seen them at a music festival with a lot of other people that would be on my list if I actually stopped to think about it. And they were just awesome live. Like, it's easily the best performance I've ever seen.
So, just a couple of my honorable mentions from concerts that I've been to that did not make this. First, Flogging Molly. It's another Irish punk rock band. Loved that concert. They were great live. I love their songs. But more on the line of what you mentioned. Korn was awesome live. Disturbed does a great show. Live.
Yes, that's one I'm gonna listen to when I'm pissed off.
And honestly, one of the best concerts I've ever been to, Rob Zombie does a phenomenal concert live. So, so what was that? Band and music. That was 3, 4. Something that Rob chose. I had to scroll through my Steam account for this one. Single player games, specifically single player games. So Rob, why don't you start us off?
Okay. My top one is Mass Effect. I just really like the story and the characters, and like it makes you like it feels almost like you're playing through a movie with the amount of content and stuff they put building character relationships and like the storyline and fighting the Reapers and stuff itself. It's just one of my favorite games.
Right on.
I really enjoy that game myself.
Donnie?
All right. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It was really my first experience of a massive open world experience, and it was great. I loved it. Spent a lot of time in it.
Well, you both took ones off of my list.
Well, that's because these games are great.
So I guess I'm going to take one off of at least one of Donnie's lists.
Yeah?
I'm going to say Skyrim.
Yep.
I have so many hours into Skyrim.
I also had Skyrim, so back to you, Webby.
All right. Then we'll go... Well, no, then it goes to Donnie.
No, because I would say Skyrim too.
Oh, okay. Then it comes back to me. I'd say Mass Effect. Go back to Rob.
Reverse.
So the next one, Dragon Age.
Okay.
God damn it.
To you,
again-
Webby?
Was that on your list too, Don?
Oh, yeah. Dragon Age Origins.
Well,
Dragon Age Origins, yep. I haven't played through Acquisition, or is it Acquisition?
Awakening?
Dragon Age.
Or
so it's back to me again.
What's the next Dragon Age? What's the one after Origins?
Inquisition.
Inquisition?
That's the one.
I think Awakening is an expansion or something for the first one. I don't remember.
I haven't played all the way through that one. So yeah, I'll say Dragon
Well,
Age.
I didn't enjoy that
there's
one
Dragon
nearly
Age
as much.
2. I think it goes Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh.
But anyway, so we're back to me again.
Back to
Knights
you.
of the Old Republic. Star Wars
Okay,
Knights of the Old Republic.
You gonna skip the Webby?
So that one's on your
Not on
list?
your list again, too.
That is my favorite game I've ever played.
All right. Mine, my next one, Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, that's an honorable mention for me. I like that. Actually, I didn't think of any of the Final Fantasy games. I like a lot of them. Jeez.
Back to you, Rob.
Well, I'm gonna knock my last one off and replace it with
Whoa.
Final Fantasy X, because that was one of my favorite games.
Whoa, what was your last one, though?
Shining Force,
Oh, all right.
which is kind of like your Final Fantasy Tactics. It's similar to that.
Fucker. All right, Donnie.
Fallout. Just in general, Fallout.
That's a good game. At least the
Fallout
one that
3
I
and
played.
4 specifically, I guess.
Yeah, I think. Which one was the one that took place in Boston?
That's the one I played the most of. I think that's 4.
Yeah, I think it's 4.
And 3, I think, is Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Sound right? Yeah, 4 is the one I played the most of. 3 I bought, but it was recent. I really liked it, but it's just outdated.
Well, the Vegas one doesn't have a number. It's just Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. Maybe it was another one. But Fallout 4, if I'm saying a specific one. Fallout 4 is the one.
My last one, Final Fantasy Tactics. I actually have it in my PlayStation 1 in my living room, hooked up to the big TV, so I can play it.
Now, that's a single-player game?
Tactics, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I'd like to watch you play that one day.
Is that all of them?
Yep. We
Mhm.
flew through that
All
because
right.
we shared a lot of them.
I will say honorable mentions, a lot more of the Final Fantasy games for me. other than a Final Fantasy game, the only other honorable mention I have that's also a single player game that I play a lot, and it's mainly like if I'm really bored or if I just need to like just zone out, I play a game called Car Mechanic Simulator, where I just tear apart cars and rebuild cars.
Yeah. But yeah, for Final Fantasy, like I said, I would switch 10 if I had thought of it, but we didn't have time. But
Yeah.
but 7, 8, 9, and 10, 2, and 13 I also like.
Yeah. All right, next one is one of Donnie's picks. His category was Pokemans. It's top 5 Pokemon. So let's start with Donnie on this one. And it's okay if you guys chose evolutions of similar Pokemon, but I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. So, all right, Donnie.
I get to start?
Yeah, it's your category. You get to start.
Alright, I'm gonna go with my the beefiest of the cuddly boys, Dragonite.
Okay, I'm probably gonna hear a lot of names I don't know.
The big yellow dragon.
Mm-hmm. He's from the first generation. Mine are all going to be from the first generation because that's the
A
only
lot
one
of
I
mine,
know.
I think, are. No, 2 of mine are.
I'll say one of mine from first gen, Snorlax.
Nice.
I also had Snorlax, so I will say that now as mine.
All right, back to Donnie.
Awesome. Darkrai. He's
Okay.
the emo boy, but he's awesome.
I might be wrong on this, but I think my only other Gen 1 Pokemon is next, and that's Charmander.
Nice. Specifically Charmander, right?
Yes. I do like one of my favorite things from that's an evolution is specifically, I guess, shiny Charizard, where he's a black dragon, I guess.
Yeah. So not technically Gen 1 shiny Charizard then.
Oh, I don't know.
I think this Gen 1 was a different color. I don't remember who said that.
That's
though.
why I chose Charmander. I think he's cute.
There didn't used to be shiny Pokemon in the original.
Oh.
Maybe it was the second gen. I don't remember. There was a purple one that somebody showed me. I don't remember who it was though.
So, Rob, what's your next second one?
Well, I mean, Snorlax was my last one, but but my next one is Haunter, which is the middle evolution of Ghastly and Gengar. But I like Haunter the best because he looks the most like a ghost, and his name is Haunter.
Nice.
Okay. Donnie?
I put Gengar. Haunter is technically probably my favorite of the two, but I said Gengar because I knew Rob would say Haunter. Gengar is really close though. I've always liked him just because it was so hard to get him on the Game Boy games with it because you had to trade to evolve him, and I didn't, play with a lot of people until I got a little older.
Yep. My next 3 all have a theme. You'll quickly find out what that theme is. My next one I'm going to say is Teddy Ursa.
Nice.
And that goes to Rob.
My next one is Articuno, the big iceberg.
Okay. Donnie?
My next one is Tyranitar.
Is he like a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
He not exactly, no.
Oh, okay.
He's big boy though.
My next one is Cubchoo.
I wonder what the theme is, Webby.
I wonder. Honestly, I couldn't remember because I'm pretty sure Teddy Ursa is the evolution of another one. No, maybe not. Is Teddy Ursa?
Teddy Ursa evolves into Ursaring.
Ursaring, that's what it is. And Cubchoo evolves into Beartick, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Rob.
My next one is Gyarados. Just because
Nice.
it takes forever to level up a Magikarp enough to get him. I think it's one of the more powerful of the first gen ones.
Yep.
All right. I believe we're on our last ones now.
Yep.
Donnie.
For me, it is Umbreon. It is the dark evolution of Eevee.
You saw my picture of that one, right?
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Man. All right. We're changing the subject now.
Webby drew a bunch of good pictures. He should totally share them with everyone. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's my Tourette's again.
My last one, I'm guessing everyone can probably guess it. It's Pancham.
Yep.
Pancham, however people want to pronounce it. I say Pancham. So that's my number one.
My last one is Ditto. The little paint splash that can literally be any other Pokemon it wants to be.
Did you guys ever see that really creepy picture of Diglett? Where it's like,
Yeah, where it's coming out of the ground.
Yeah, it's coming out of the ground, then they show you what he really looks like underground. Anyway, Donnie, that was the last one you had, right? Because we started with you.
Yep.
All right, last category, people. That's good because we're at just over 50 minutes. I gotta flip my paper over. The last category was one that I chose. It was a humongous umbrella, so this is the one that I'm mainly thinking that if I had more time, I could have a much more refined top 5 list of. And one that I think I'd be much happier with. Not saying that I'm not happy with my choices here, but again, we only have 5 minutes. And that's fictional characters. That's the umbrella. Just fucking fictional characters. So I'll start. Mine is one of them is Lucifer. I love both Lucifer from the show Lucifer and from Supernatural. I thought both Lucifers were phenomenal.
Yeah. Excellent acting on both parts.
Now we go to Rob.
Okay, so I gave mine like subcategories to help me out. So first, my favorite TV character, I went with Dean Winchester.
Okay. So this is the point where if Donnie has Dean Winchester on his list, he should just say it.
I do not.
Okay. So Donnie, you're next.
I'll go ahead and get my one anime character out. That is Itachi Uchiha from Naruto Shippuden.
Okay. I will get my Dean Winchester out of the way. So back to Rob.
Okay, so next I put my favorite comic book character, which is Blink.
Okay. Solid choice. Donnie.
All right. My favorite character of all time in anything, Lestat from the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice.
All right. I will go with my comic book character this time. One of my favorites anyway, Harley Quinn. Love me some Harley Quinn. Back to Rob.
All right, next I put my favorite video game character is Caden Alenko from Mass Effect. Because I always liked him through the first 2 games, and then in the third one, when they made him romanceable, I nearly died.
Well,
Nice.
next one, Donnie.
Next one for me is Heath Ledger's Joker.
Okay.
And it is purely based on his performance, I think. Like, he just... yeah.
Yep. My next one, technically from a show and a book, is from Game of Thrones. Arya Stark.
Nice.
I love her. Rob?
My next one is my favorite book character, who is Zedicus Zul Zorander from the Sword of Truth series. He's a crazy old wizard who's very funny.
Oh man, that reminds me. I got a honorable mention. You said crazy sorcerer. Right. Donnie.
Jack Sparrow.
Oh shit, yeah. My next
Needs
one,
no explanation. Sorry.
That's true. I was taking a sip. My next one is my anime character that I love is Kakashi Sensei from Naruto, from all of the Narutos.
Yeah.
Me and Donnie have this friendly thing going where he loves Itachi so much, I love Kakashi, and we just, no matter what the odds, I will always say that Kakashi wins. That's the type of person I am, though. Like, I understand the reality of situations, but I refuse to not back my favorite characters.
I actually gave Kakashi the W today,
Yep.
but if you want to know the situation and the circumstances involved, you can message Webby at Jax Forest Walker.
That's right. Yeah, so that was my last one. Rob.
My last one is my favorite D&D character, who is Ryder, which I play.
Ryder's your favorite D&D character out of all fictional characters?
Yeah, because I get to play him.
Even more than Elsbeth?
I don't get to play Elspeth.
You've got to play Elsbeth four
16 times, Rob.
Yeah,
16
but I don't
times.
currently get to play her, so...
I should have excluded characters that you play. Then you would have just said Elsbeth.
Yeah, I don't play Elspeth. So
That's fine, I get it. Rob just doesn't like my NPCs.
No, I like interacting with your NPCs as me. Are you saying I shouldn't like myself? Is that it?
No, I would never say that because I hate myself enough for everybody. Donnie.
My next one is I'm just kidding. Tony Stark.
Oh shit, you're a Tony Stark fan, huh? Right on.
Were you there for Apple's Tony Stark rant? You were, weren't you?
Yes. Yes, I think he was.
Yes.
Honorable mention from... Oh man, I actually have a few, but I
have a ton. This was hard. That's why I broke them down into different categories for myself, so I didn't go crazy.
I'm just going to say a couple. From the Wheel of Time series, I love Matt and Rand. Or not Matt and Rand, Matt and Perrin are my two favorites.
Matt is my favorite.
Can't believe I'm forgetting the Dragonlance Chronicles. Race
Mate. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name either.
Yeah. Crazy powerful mage. So, well, boys, that was our top 5, top 6s. Like I said, it's been a while since we've done this. I think the hardest part is thinking of categories. If you guys have categories that you would want us to give us, if you would want us to give you our top 5 favorites of those particular categories, send us a message either on Facebook at facebook.com/simplyunprofessional. You can tweet one of us. We give our Twitter out at the end of every episode.
Or the show's Twitter, which is simply unprofess1.
Yep.
Which was stupid. So Twitter made me take that as the name.
And I know quite a few of you listeners. I mean, you know how to reach us personally. So if you have suggestions for categories for another episode similar to this, we will gladly take them. I will write them down, and we will do another episode of our top 5 favorites of those categories. So with that being said, do we have a science corner, Rob?
Damn. Shoot, I saw something after you sent me the Mars thing. I don't remember what it was. Well, I mean, I could talk about the Mars thing that you sent me. The Mars rovers have been finding weird structures on Mars, like the thing that looked like a doorway, and the weird, picking up things that look like they're like foundation things. But the door one's harder to explain, but they think it's just it just happened to collapse in the shape of an almost perfect square, the rock just kind of collapsed. But the weird twisty rock things they say that it's water got in and made cement in certain places, and then the rock around it was softer, so that the softer rock eroded away and left the spikes, weird twisty spike things sticking up. So.
All right, so it was just a naturally formed rock formation that just happened to look like something else, or.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People. All right.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Okay. Well, one of the things is they're sending, for the first time ever, they're sending missions to, first Uranus is going to be first. They're sending missions to Uranus. But no, because no one's ever sent anything to either Uranus or Neptune, who are the ice giants, so we don't really know a lot about them. They're the last two planets we haven't really explored. They only did like the Voyager 2, I think, did a flyby and took pictures of them, but we never had anything study them. So yeah, they're going to send one there because like they said, they don't know why they're different colors for one thing because they're both ice giants. So one of them's green and one of them's blue. So they don't know why, and they don't really know how they act. But they're very difficult to get to because they're the farthest out planets. So missions to them take a lot of planning and resources and stuff.
Excuse you?
I'm sorry, Pluto is the farthest out
Thank
planet, which is even harder to get to because it's so small and very unpredictable in the way it moves.
Thank you.
But anyway.
I appreciate that, Rob.
You're welcome. But yeah.
And for all you listeners out there, if you are one of the people who agree that Pluto is not a planet, fucking fight me. Okay? You will not
Fighting
change
for
my
it.
mind. All right. Donnie, do we have a life advice with Donnie this week? It's okay if not.
Hang on, I got something. Let me find it real quick.
He's just going to Google a fortune.
No, I have something I saved. Get into the habit of asking yourself, does this support the life I'm trying to create?
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah, screenshot that earlier. Wanted to save it.
All right. With that, everybody, we're going to wrap up this episode. Donnie, where can people find you?
They can find me at... Hi, I'm Donnie, coming at you not live. I'm being recorded right now. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Also another good show. Rob, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X and on Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
And as always, everybody, you guys can find me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word, on Twitch at DMWebby, and on eBay at Keeping Devin Company in the lonely, lonely darkness. We love you, everybody. Thanks for listening, and fuck Booster Gold.
Red Booster, go!
FBG. FBG. I'm going to reuse this thing. Nope. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Donnie, what do you think about my singing?
I love it. Hi, I'm Donnie. Oh, no, that's not it either. I'll find it.
Hey guys, it's Rob.
Da-da-da-da-da.